Hey everybody, Low Carb Keith here. I'm back in my kitchen. And you know, one of the things that I sort of miss when I'm on a low carb eating plan is bread. And being from the South, you know, I grew up with cornbread. And cornbread is a delicious Southern food. So I decided that I wanted to see if I could find a way to make a keto or low carb version of cornbread. You know, I looked in our pantry. Obviously, we're still working on our kitchen. So I cleaned out the pantry. And when I was doing that, I found a box of Jiffy corn muffin mix. Now, this is, a lot of people will say this is not real cornbread because it's too sweet. It's actually kind of a cross between cornbread and cake. But I looked on this, and per baked portion, and this would have 3 servings in this box, there are 57 grams of carbohydrates, 57 grams of carbs in 1 serving of this corn muffin mix. You know, I only try to eat about 50 carbs a day. So, I mean, that's more than I would consume in a whole day. So I did. I found a recipe for a low-carb cornbread. It may not be true traditional cornbread, but it's probably pretty close. So let me show you what we're going to use. And I'm going to make these as muffins instead of a skillet cornbread. So I've got 1.5 cups of almond flour. I have some baking powder. I have 4 tablespoons of melted butter, and I've got 3 eggs. So that's what we're going to use to make this cornbread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder to my almond flour, and then I'm going to mix that up, you know, pretty well, as much as I can. Okay, mix that up pretty good, because I want to put this in a measuring cup that's got a spout so I can pour it out into my muffin tin. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is we want to take our eggs and we want to mix it with our melted butter. And let me get a fork so I can kind of mix those together. We're going to take 3 eggs. You can use 3 or 4 eggs here. 1. You want to make sure your butter's not too hot so it doesn't scramble the eggs. And I let my butter, once it melted, kind of cool off a little bit. Okay. So those are our eggs. And now I'm going to kind of whisk that together, mix all that together. The butter and the eggs. Okay. And then what we want to do is we want to pour it, I hope this will hold all of it. We want to pour it into the almond flour and get that mixed up. I'll do kind of part of it at a time. There we go. Get all of it in there. And let's get that mixed up. And this is going to make our cornbread batter. Now, there's in the recipe, there was an option to add sweetener. Now, I don't like my cornbread sweet. Some people do. Some people add sugar. But, you know, I don't. And I don't know if this is going to taste like cornbread or if it's going to taste like almond biscuits. But anyway, we're going to give it a try. And this may be too thick to pour. It may not be. We'll see. But that almond flour really soaks up the liquid on this. I think it's pretty well. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour. Let's see if this will come out. We might need a, yeah, Yeah, I think that will work. We just kind of take the fork and put it out there. I don't know how many this will make, maybe 8, I think. And the oven's on, the oven's preheated at 350 degrees. And these are going to go in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah. Let me get a spoon to get the rest of that. 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah, that the recipe said 8, and that's what it looks like. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take the spoon and just kind of flatten them out just a little bit. And I did spray this pan with a little canola oil. All right. Okay, so there we go. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. We're going to put this in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll check them with a toothpick to see if they're done. It's like baking a cake. So here we go. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. We'll check them. All right, my cornbread muffins have been in the oven for 15, 16 minutes or so. So let's take them out. We're going to check them, see if they're done, and see how they did. All right, there we go. What we're going to do is I'm going to take a toothpick and stick it in one of them and see if it comes out clean. Pretty clean. All right. Now, they're not very brown, as you can tell, but let's see if we can get one out. Oh, wow. Look at that. Comes right out. Kind of brown on the bottom there a little bit. Okay. So, they look like they're done. The top's not brown. I suppose you could put them in the put them up near the top of the broiler and brown those up. But I'm going to put a little butter on there, and we're going to give it a taste and see. All right, see how they did. All right, so there we go. This is our low-carb keto cornbread muffin. That is really, really good. Especially take a closer look. Look. Keto cornbread muffin. It's very, very good. A little butter on this. This would go great. You know, it's a little bland and it doesn't quite taste like cornbread, but it's really good. And this would be a great side dish to have with like something else, like some chili, or something else. So this is really good. Also, each of these muffins has 3 net carbs. So there's not very many carbs in it compared to the 57 of the Jiffy. So this was easy, simple, low carb. Hope you get a chance to make these. All right, thanks for watching.